Hey, I'm Olivia.
Hey, I'm Jesse.
Welcome to our podcast about relationships.
You've heard all the other relationship podcasts before. Now listen to one more. So, to start this podcast off, we were thinking about just introducing ourselves and letting you guys know who we are.
Yeah, 'cause, I don't know. I think that people need to know who we are in order for them to listen to our podcast. That's my thinking.
Seems right.
So if you just listening to our podcast, you might be like, oh, who are these weirdos? Why are they here? What do they want? What are they gonna tell me? I'm Olivia.
I'm Jesse.
Why are you laughing?
We already introduced ourselves in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
We already did the hey ims.
No. Did we? But
Yeah,
that's our
look, it's right there.
that's our intro. It's completely separate.
Okay.
Okay, this podcast is gonna be a hot mess. But that's how we like it. And hopefully you guys like it too. So yeah, Jesse, why don't you introduce yourself?
Okay. I'm Jesse. I like to draw and animate, and met Olivia in. God, I'm so bad with dates. 2011.
Yeah,
Okay.
2011.
Met Olivia in 2011. We were supposed to be roommates. I at the time that I met Olivia, I was actually living literally in a cardboard box at my friend's house. It was a nice cardboard box, though. I liked it. Had an air mattress. But yeah, I was looking for a place to stay. And my friend, who is a hairdresser, had this client named Olivia and said she was looking for a roommate. And yeah, and so we kind of connected. Do you want to talk about how I moved in with you?
Maybe. I don't know. That whole process is kind of like train wreck-ish, but yeah. So I'm Olivia. Hi again. This is like the third time I said my name, so
It's okay.
so hopefully everybody knows.
It's a
me
trial
now.
run.
Don't say that. That doesn't sound professional. So yeah. We live in Portland. I met Jesse in Portland. In 2011. Through my hairdresser, and which is funny because I think she was just desperate to get rid of Jesse. I don't know. I don't think desperate is the right word, but she was just like, hey, I know you were looking for a roommate. Okay, back up a little bit. Because at that time, I was looking for a roommate, or I was trying to move out of my apartment because I went through a breakup about 6 months before that. And so during that past 6 months, I've been just like living by myself and kind of like desperate looking for a roommate or move out. And so when she said, well, I have this guy living in my living room right now in a box, and I was like, what the heck? So she showed me the picture of the box, which is literally like just like cardboard boxes. Like, I don't know how she made it. That was incredible. Hope I wish like we had the picture of it so we can show people, but we don't. Anyway, so yeah, and I said sure, and then so Jesse and I connected on Facebook, and we made appointment for him to see our place, and then he moved in on the weekend that I was kind of like busy. I think I was doing like a food cart challenge with Willamette Weekly. Yeah, this was like a long time ago, 2011. I don't even know if they still do that. But anyway, yeah, so when I came home from that challenge, it's like my living room just full of his stuff. And the funny part about that was like, well, before he moved in, he told me like, oh, I don't have much stuff at all. I just have a very little in a storage, and it should be just easy move. And when I came home, it's just like all his stuff in the living room, in his supposed to be bedroom. But yeah, so anyway. um so that's how we became roommates. And after not so long after that, we dated each other.
Mhm.
And yeah, how did it go, Jesse? How did we end up like from roommate dating, and then somehow we got engaged and then we got married?
It's really interesting because it was certainly rough at the beginning. We were in a lot of fights.
I mean, like fights meaning like arguments,
Yeah.
not like kickboxing or.
Oh no, you'd kick my ass. I think it was hard just because you and I are such different people,
Mm,
and like the things I like to do don't necessarily mesh that well with things that you like to do. I think that was an area of tension a lot when we were first going out.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, I think that our personality definitely different, because in terms of that, Jesse, he is more introverted and I'm more extroverted.
mm,
I mean, if you are listening to this and you are our friends and ever met us in person, probably you guys like, oh yeah, totally. Like, that's totally true.
mhm.
And and Jesse is very artsy. He's very artistic, creative. And I'm more kind of like pragmatic and practical. I'm all about business.
You're a hustler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hustler.
Mm,
And you're a flower.
mhm. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Hustle and flow. It's a good movie. But yeah, I think that's why, like in the beginning, we tend to argue a lot. And I don't know if you guys believe in zodiac. Jesse definitely not.
Mm-mm.
He's a Pisces, and I'm a Leo, and that's also a problem, according to the zodiac world.
Fish and lions don't get along.
Yeah. But we made it through, and we got engaged when. When did we get engaged?
Valentine's Day. It was Valentine's Day on.
This is
What
like
was
a
it?
test.
Trying to think. Was it 2012?
Yeah.
Must have been.
So we got engaged a year after.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we went to Beauty and the Beast, the play. It was really good, and Jesse proposed to me afterwards, which is super sweet. Now I have like memories of Beauty and the Beast tied to our engagement.
It's so cute.
And that's why I like the new movie. It's not that good. That's for another subject.
That's episode 2.
We just gotta write about shitty movies.
That'd be really fun.
But yeah, so we got engaged and then we got married 2013 in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Mm-hmm. That was fun.
We didn't get married by Elvis though, which is a bummer. I kind of want that.
Is it? I don't think I wanted that.
I mean, who doesn't want that? Like, anyway. Yeah, we got married in Vegas, and that whole wedding day was kind of crazy too.
Mm-hmm.
What happened, Jesse?
Oh, you talking about the murder?
What murder?
Someone got murdered during our wedding day. There was like what was it? It was like gang related or something. Some car like shot up another car and it was on fire and like police tape everywhere. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah, we got like
we thought our wedding was canceled. Yeah,
we stayed at the fabulous Flamingo, and then in the morning of.
The joke is it's old and it's not fabulous.
In the morning of, we got the news that the whole strip is closed because there was a car that crashed into the sidewalk and that driver got shot. And it was a whole scene, so they had to close the whole strip. And I guess it's gang related, or the guy was like a semi-famous rapper, local Vegas rapper. Rapper, not rapper, rapper. But yeah, so it was a stressful day, especially for me. Like, I tried not to be a bridezilla. It was, it was kind of a bittersweet memory, because it's like, oh, on our wedding day, someone died. While we gonna,
It's not funny. It's really not funny.
Well, we're gonna eat yummy food and, celebrating this marvelous day. But it was a beautiful wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I cried so hard.
I know. I still cry when I look at the pictures.
All the pictures during the ceremony, like, I was crying.
I know.
Like,
Honey's a big sap.
Yeah, there's like, people will think like, is this a funeral? Because like, I literally like, cried the whole time. But yeah, we get married, and so our status is married. So we've been married for about 5 years. Mm-hmm. We've been together for 7 years. Just in case you listen to this in the future, the year that we're talking about right now is 2018. Jesse, give me a look. Like, why did you say that? I don't know.
It is currently 2018.
Just in case there is a time traveler, like, he's listening to this podcast. They're gonna be like, what? And he cannot do math. I don't know.
Hello, time traveler.
Yeah, and being married for that long, I mean, that's not even that long.
No,
5 years.
That's pretty short.
But what's funny is now when someone asks us, like, how long you guys been together? And I said, oh, about 7 years, and we've been married for about 5 years. And people, it's like, oh gosh, you guys been together for such a long time. And I was like, really? I mean, that's usually the reaction that I gave to other people back in the day, like, a few years ago, when someone told me that they've been together for 15 years, 20 years, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like 10 years is like the minimum to say something like that.
Yeah.
It was really interesting. I hear that a lot too.
Yeah, and I just think that, that's interesting, because I don't know, we don't feel like our relationships, has been happening for a long time. Not perfect, absolutely. Because like a lot of people thinking like, oh, you must have a freaking perfect relationships. No. If we are having perfect relationships, oh my gosh, I don't know. Maybe I would get bored if we have a perfect relationship.
Be like, leave it to Beaver. Hi, honey. I'm home.
Or Pleasantville.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Where's my dinner?
That's a good movie too. Why do we keep I keep saying movie references?
Welcome to the movie podcast.
That's another movie podcast.
We're gonna review movies now. We're gonna switch the entire theme of the podcast.
But yeah, and I think some people some people sometimes ask me, like, what is the secret of long relationship?
Olivia, what is the secret to a long relationship?
The answer is, I don't know.
Well, shit.
People will turn off this podcast by now.
That's all I was tuning in for.
No, I mean, seriously, because I think that, I don't know, for me, Jesse can chime in after I say this, but for me, when I'm in a relationship with Jesse, I think it's progress from we are, so into each other all the time, like do things together all the time, which is like a lot of people do that, and there's nothing wrong with that.
It's pretty normal couple behavior.
Yeah. And since last year, which is like last September, we decided to, not try. I don't want to say try, because we've been doing it for about, almost a while now.
That's fair.
We decided to be polyamorous. And
Mhm.
for people that don't know what polyamorous is or polyamory, um, is not a cult. I guess
And
like,
it's not polygamy.
and it's not polygamy. It's basically, when you feel that you want to love other people besides the person that you are with, or, even if you're single and you just like, hey, I want to love, I have so much love in my heart and I want to give it to, you know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and, how many people you want to give it to. Um, but at the same time it's still ethical, we're doing things ethically, so it's, or sometimes people call it ethically non-monogamous.
Hmm.
So it doesn't mean that we are sleeping around with just a bunch of randos, just like, I'm gonna sleep with Tom tonight and tomorrow with Frank, not happening like that, first of all. And I don't know any um polyamorous friend that do that either. So those are the things that you usually sometimes see on TV, which is not really great portrayal, but that's for another time. um but yeah, since we became polyamorous, it's kind of like we kind of find ourselves again, and we are more independent in doing things, um and communicating very well, which is the key of being polyamorous. And I feel that really helps our relationships, in terms that we, I don't know, Jesse can, chime in after this, but like I feel that, it's the opposite effect of, because people think like when you're opening up, your marriage, or you become polyamorous, um you will feel less attached to your partner, or you will feel less connected to your partner, which for me, I feel the opposite. Like, I feel like I feel strongly connected to you,
Same.
and I feel like, our relationship is more solid than ever, and I'm, so excited to see, the future.
Mhm. That was a really good description, bud. That was a good job. Um, so, what was I gonna say? Damn it, I had a whole thing. So, as someone who has probably never heard of it, which was me in September, I'd never heard of polyamory before. I didn't even know it was an option. I've heard of like swinging and open relationships and things like that, but never heard about polyamory. And at first, I was not super okay with it, just because, well, one, I'd never heard of it before, and two, like the way I grew up, like that's not what married people do. Like
Mm-hmm.
married people are supposed to be each other's best friends until the day they die, which is what my parents are still together. Like that was always my hashtag relationship goals, was to be like my parents who are still together after 30 years of marriage, which is crazy. And I always felt that way with Olivia. Like I never wanted to be with anyone else besides Olivia, so I never felt that worried about it. And I think that's one of the things that made polyamory, like switching to polyamory, a lot easier, because I love the shit out of her, and I think it's brought a lot of really good and useful things into our relationship, actually. And let's see, what was another thing? Talk about this sort of stuff. I'm trying to think of what to
It's
say.
okay, but this is like, but I think this is why it's good for us to do podcasts, because
Yeah.
I think like our listeners, not everybody, are like me, which is just gonna be like an open book and just gonna be like, blah, this is my relationships, everybody,
I know.
blah 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 blah, it's fine. But definitely though, I feel that sometimes people, first of all, us as polyamorous, we don't really like advertise it to, you know, on our Facebook or personal Facebook or personal
Well, and
social
it's
media.
no one's business
Yeah,
either.
but but when we do tell other people, they become concerned. Like they
Mm.
think that there is something's wrong with our marriage,
Or they
or
say something like, "Oh, I could never do that," and we're not asking anybody to do
yeah,
polyamory. Like we're
yeah,
not trying to convert
yeah.
anybody.
But I think that's a normal reaction. But the
Hmm.
thing that we want to say is that, like, some people thinking like, oh, my marriage is something is wrong with it, or I'm not happy in my marriage, or my partner is not
Hmm.
happy in our marriage.
There's trouble in the
It
relationship.
Yeah, it's not because. So I guess the reason why we became polyamorous in the first place is not because we're not happy with our marriage.
Hmm.
It's more because I'm not happy with myself, because I feel that all this time of my life, I am a polyamorous, but I've just been living as monogamous person. It's because not because I'm not. Yeah. Okay. Jesse is raising his hand like frantically. No, I'm kidding.
No, I just wanted to say, I feel so. My feeling is we all come from apes. Yeah, I mean, if you don't believe that, that's fine. But I believe that we come from apes and we're essentially animals, and I believe that polyamory is actually more natural than monogamy.
Yeah, but I think, okay, so that's Jesse's point of view, but my point of view is more like, I'm polyamorous all my life. I had failed relationships in the past. Um, definitely, I definitely was not, happy being monogamous, because I always not desire. I always like to feel, that I can love another person, and not necessarily just for sex. That's another thing too. Like people thinking like, oh, so you just want to sleep around. I was like, not really. It's more about, the emotional connection. And I feel that I missed that all throughout my life. And last year, um, I realized that, and I talked to Jesse about it. And it's not because I'm not happy in the relationship, because, that's a separate thing. The relationship itself and me and my own happiness. Um, the good thing about it is that I have a partner that, is supporting me, and he wants me to be happy.
Mhm.
And I know not everyone have that privilege, to have that partner in their life that you will support them. But hopefully, listening to our podcast can help a little bit. Because I feel that way, like when we started become polyamorous, we listened to a lot of podcasts
Mhm.
and read a lot of books that probably we can talk about in the next episode, or make a reference out of it.
So, speaking of books, today's podcast is sponsored by Audible.com. Use the code PPPoopoo. Get a free audiobook.
That's someday. Audible.
Audible.com/PPPoopoo.
Don't type that in.
Enter it into the checkout. Put it in the special instructions in the delivery people.
Oh my god. Yeah. Hopefully someday we will be sponsored by audible.com. Now it's more like audible.com.
We should get sponsors from Bootleg Russian.
Oh my god.
Audible.
No. Yeah. So that's a little bit, about us and who we are, our relationships. And you might be like, okay, so why are you weirdos making podcasts?
It's a good question, Olivia.
So I feel that there's a need for a podcast that will talk about relationships. I don't say specifically polyamory relationship, because there's nothing wrong being monogamous if if you truly feel you're a monogamous person. Some people, we all wired differently, and some people, are truly monogamous. But the purpose of this podcast is, to make you laugh, and also, but at the same time, also to help you to understand better about relationships in any shape or form. We're no experts in anyway.
Yeah, we
But
can just describe our personal experience.
yeah, we want to share our experiences. So, from, um, you know, I don't know. I went on, bad dates, and I would love to talk about that. Online dating, and that all those stuff that's not, just for polyamory people. It's applicable to monogamous people too. But we all, I've absolutely we would like to talk more about polyamory and also alternative lifestyle. And we will have fun segments too, right, Jesse?
Yeah, we'll try our best. This is all a big experiment, so it's gonna be fun though.
I know, and I don't know. Hopefully, you guys got entertained while you listening to this first episode. Um, and also probably in the next episodes or so, sometimes you will hear a cat meowing in the background. He's sleeping right now.
Oh.
But don't be alarmed. Who is that, Jesse? Who is that mystery cat?
That's Mr. Gizmo Jones. He's the mascot of the podcast. He's official team mascot.
Yeah, so Jesse and I, we don't have kids. We just have a cat.
He's
very
our kid.
Big, fat, fluffy.
He's our boy.
Fluffy fur baby named Gizmo. So definitely, this podcast will, it's not something that we try to aim for perfection. It's just like,
I mean, it's just something we achieve anyway.
yeah,
but...
it's for fun. It's for goof, gaff, and laugh. Like what Ethan Klein said. Yes, we are YouTube nerds. I don't know if we're supposed to advertise that.
It's fine.
Because we're just like,
You want to go binge watch Casey Neistat videos later?
Definitely. I mean,
cool.
Who doesn't love Casey?
Cool.
Hey, Casey, if you listen to this. Big fan here.
Give me a GoPro. I want a GoPro.
Or a drone.
Yeah, give me a drone.
Sweet ass drone.
Give me your skateboard. I want your lunch money.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so this podcast is full of giggles. Maybe we should call it the Giggly Podcast. But yeah, what else do you want to talk about, Jesse? Or this is it for the first episode?
I don't know. I thought this was pretty good intro. I don't know if I have anything else introductory wise. I think this was a pretty good start. This is really fun.
And I think we'll try to upload, I don't know, once every couple weeks.
I think that's doable.
Yeah, and to start, because, we don't want to promise all these glorious things.
Yeah.
And just like
promising
short and delivery.
Yeah, promising deliveries is never a good idea.
But yeah, if you like to get to know us better, you can always follow us on Instagram. My Instagram handle is Evolicious. If people ask me like why you pick this name, I have this name since like 2003. Yeah, 2003, you guys. So I was in my 20s, and I'm just like, what's up? I'm evil and delicious. But so I just use that just because I'm too lazy to figure out another handle name. Spelled EVILICIOUZ.
I think we all have those usernames that are super angsty. It's like, I'm Sweet Angel XXX.
Yeah, baby girl.
Mm-hmm.
What is how people can reach you, Jesse?
So I'm on Instagram as well. My handle's the same on all social media. You can check out my animation and stuff. But I'm at Jesse J Jones, JESSE JAY JONES. It's a fucking mouthful, but that's me. It's my social media.
Besides it's fucking mouthful. That's not.
It is. I hate my username.
But that's not part of your handle name. It's just Jesse J Jones.
I mean, they can type it if they want.
But yeah, reach out to us in social media if you have any questions. Regarding why this first episode is such a train wreck, or
why did you do this?
or if you have any particular topic you want us to talk about. Like we said, we like to talk about things that relate to relationships.
Use the hashtag Jesse Olivia Podcast episode 1. My suggestion for all the suggestions you want to tweet at us. Use the hashtag Olivia and Jesse relationship questions episode 1. I forgot.
That's a long freaking hashtag.
So just use that, guys. It's super, super simple. Send us your questions.
I don't know. I think we need to talk about the hashtag here.
Okay, we'll figure that out.
Save it for the next episode. I think we're saving a lot of things for next episode. Because we just realized
episode 2 is going to be a doozy.
Because we just realized, like, how, obviously, like, we have a lot of things to talk about. Well, maybe just me. Because Jesse's just like, I'm not. But yeah, reach out to us on our social media. Subscribe to our podcast. I know it's only first episode.
Give us 1 star on Apple.
No, don't give us 1 star.
Can we get lots of 1 stars?
Jeez, don't listen to him. Give us 5 stars.
Give us 5 stars, guys.
Yeah, 5 stars.
It helps the podcast a lot.
And excited to give you guys more in the near future.
Yeah, this will be fun.
So with that being said, I think this is the end of our first episode. We would like to thank our sponsors, which is Nada, and None for now. But yeah, have a great day, guys.
Ta-ta and toodaloo.
Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye-bye.